Alejandro, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Sur le plan personnel, l'aventure de Sound of Freedom montre qu'on ne travaille jamais en vain. 242 millions de dollars de recettes pour un film qui a été mis au placard pendant de nombreuses années. C'est ce qu'on appelle une revanche.
For me, this particular film was never about the money. It had a very pure motive. It was just to create a social dialogue about this darkness. That was it. That's why when the movie we started getting attacked, I didn't understood because it's I don't know anybody that is for child abuse, at least publicly. Nobody. So I thought this was going to be something that was going to unite us, which it did unite us in the public. There was a massive division in the media and attacks. But it's always been about creating awareness because I believe the children should be protected by the world, not by one nation. Just like the whales, don't belong to one country. They're like heritage of the world. Children should be protected. If we know a kid is being sexually abused in Haiti or in Africa or in anywhere in South America, as the world, we should protect those children. Because when those children grow up, how could we expect them to care about things that are very important today too as well, which is, the ecology and the world and, animals and so on. So there is a problem of priority. I think, there's many issues in the world, but I do believe that children should be number one. We must protect the children. And this was simple movie. It was not a complex. They made it more complex than it is. It's a movie.
Aujourd'hui, c'est sur le sol français qu'arrive la déferlante de Sound of Freedom. Es-tu réellement conscient de ce qu'il représente pour nous, les Français?
What it represents here? I know what it represents to human beings, but not necessarily what it represents to a particular country. I am myself an immigrant from Mexico in another country, and it was really interesting to see how the immigrants, a lot of the Hispanics, accounted for a large amount of our audience, and that was a surprise. And then when I started traveling around the world with the film, I did notice that in some countries, these American labels, travel with the film. And in some other countries, these American labels, like these attacks, did not travel with the film. It seems here in France, I'm not very familiar how the film is being received by the media. I heard there's already some, criticism. But at the end, my hopes is that the audience, breaks that, just like it did in the US. The audience needs to come see this film and create their own opinion. We're living in a time that is dangerous of labeling each other. And labeling is the worst thing we can do to each other because that breaks any paths of communications. So I hope that people come see the film and we stop this collective thinking, this collective opinion. We should have our own opinion. We should, I've been in many circumstances where people already have an opinion of the film without even seeing the film. It's just based on other people's opinion. And I hope that here in France, people go and experience the film for themselves and create their own opinion based on what they think. So I'm excited. Today it's going to be a big day. Tonight I'll get to experience the film with the French audience. And let's see what happens.
Et ce que tu décris, c'est un petit peu l'état d'esprit de distributeurs ou d'exploitants de salles en France qui traînent un peu la patte pour distribuer encore aujourd'hui Sound of Freedom parce qu'ils jugent que c'est un film politiquement incorrect. Si sauver des enfants du trafic sexuel est dérangeant, ça veut dire que ne pas les sauver est politiquement correct?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I was completely surprised that this subject matter started to be that became a division politically. This subject does not belong to any political party.
Normally?
This subject belongs to the human race, and we need to transcend that. So, yes, it's a great observation. Like, well, what's the politically correct then?
Inspiré, courageux, émouvant, fort.
Utile.
Très bien, bien réalisé, bien joué et très poignant.
Inspirant.
Ce film est merveilleux, il est beau, il est touchant, il est bien fait, bien réalisé.
Incroyable, à voir.
Je trouve que l'histoire est assez bien menée, très réaliste avec des faits concrets. Et c'est un film important, je pense que tout le monde doit aller le voir.
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
C'est un thriller. J'adore ce genre de film. En plus, c'est beau, tu pleures à la fin. Enfin, il y a tout ce qu'il faut. Au-delà du film de bonne facture hollywoodienne, ça va faire bouger les choses en France.
This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to...
Well, the main motive of making this movie was to be able to have a social dialogue. Now it has become an international dialogue about this subject.
Oser en parler, c'est pour moi ce que ce film permet de faire, et c'est crucial.
Je sors de cette séance bouleversée et admirative en même temps. Tout le monde peut le voir. Et ça, franchement, c'était un tour de force.
Je sais que c'est la réalité et que c'est en plus basé sur une histoire vraie. Vraiment, j'ai été bouleversée par ce film.
Ça, on peut dire qu'il y a beaucoup d'action. Ouais. Il y a pas mal de suspense aussi.
C'est un super film d'action. En plus, c'est un vrai héros, on a envie de l'aimer.
C'est courageux, c'est une belle histoire, ça valait la peine de la raconter. Et je pense que ça va sensibiliser beaucoup de gens à un trafic, l'esclavage moderne qui existe aujourd'hui.
When God tells you what to do,